I was trying to see how to transition into this and say something about William Shatner being your childhood hero.
Or
But
you
Joe,
something like, "Hey Joe, you're a big fan of horror hosts, aren't you? Give that a shot."
no, because then you'll say no, no, I'm not.
Well,
Hey Joe,
yeah.
you're a big fan of horror hosts, aren't you?
Nah, Tom, I'm really not, man. The thing is, it's like, well, where I'm from, we didn't have one of our own, and like, yeah, eventually, I guess we got to I don't know, uh, like shit on what do they public access, and they would show some Elvira shit or this or that, and yeah, it's like, all right, this chick's got nice tits or whatever, but she's talking all over a movie. I want to watch the movie. I don't give a shit about her stupid jokes. And that was usually the case with most horror hosts that, I could not give a shit.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say more after that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I can't think of any other, like even Blowjob Briggs, it's like I liked his writing. He used to do an article for I think the Dallas Morning Star, and he would write about movies, but he's writing about a movie. He's not fucking talking in between a movie, and I know he's got a big fans of all that, but yeah, I was never into that. I'd never seen Chili Billy or
Pittsburghers love that
yeah,
dude.
or the other one that whose book I was trying to sell at Horror Realm that didn't sell. And we had some people, I guess they had some people out here in Dallas and in Oklahoma, but never saw that shit, so really didn't resonate with me when later on I'm in this whole horror scene and starting to hear about these people.
I grew up on Svengoolie, so I got nostalgia for that shit. Recently, he added like three other fucks because he's old now, and I can give a fuck about watching any of that shit. So I kind of stopped giving a fuck and not watching. But
Rubber chickens have never done it for me either, that's not
damn, come on, you lube up that mouth, honk honk, woo! Put a little hole at the end that makes it look like the chicken's going poo poo because they poo poo white, you see. It's gross, Joe. It's about having sex with a rubber chicken and making your cum shoot out its butt to make it look like it's taking a shit. Why would you say things like this on the internet? Anyways, speaking of class, Joe, we watched a full moon movie. What are your uh I mean, I don't want to say what's your association with full moon movies because you don't have any, but you ever watch these things? What do you think of them?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of full moon movies. Some of them I like, some of them I obviously don't. The Puppet Master shit is cool up until part 4 or so, and then I lose track of what's really a movie or what's clips from a movie that they threw together to make another movie. And the movie we're going to talk about, I saw they did that with this too, but we'll get to that. I mean, there's some shit that was like not directed by Charles Band that's pretty good. Castle Freak. Uh, they tried other shit like Robot Jocks, or was that them or not?
It was.
Yeah,
Seems like you're a Stuart Gordon fan.
yeah, yeah. But that's not good either. you know, I am a Stuart Gordon fan. Stugo, his friends used to call him. Um, I'm not a fan of Charles Band's brothers scores.
Dick Band.
Yeah, I don't really like that. All these movies are lit the same. They've got the same look to it. So I guess that's their. I don't know.
If you like their shit, you should like their shit.
Yeah. So like I'll even try some of the newer stuff. Like somebody said, "Hey, give Baby Oopsie a try," and I did, and I fucking liked it. I thought that was a a fucking fun movie. But we're not here to talk about that, Tom. We're here to talk about one that I'd never seen or heard of.
Well, that's just because you're a racist, but we'll get into that, Joe.
About my racism?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, uh early 2000s, I guess William Shatner hosted a TV show called William Shatner's fucking Five Nights at Shatner's or some shit on the Sci-Fi Channel where he would be a horror host to full moon movies. And I didn't know this existed
Me neither. Yeah.
until this started playing, and then I seen this big fucking animatronic head. I was
Okay.
like, "Hey, I've seen that before. Where did I see that?" And then I looked up that it was a sci-fi show, and was like, "That makes sense."
I'd never heard of this or seen it. I think in the 2000s, uh, because I guess at that time sci-fi wasn't showing their shit all the time like they do now. But yeah, in the 2000s, I was probably out getting drunk and late a lot. You know, like came out now, I'd know all about it. But back then, hey, I was living it up. I was lit.
For you old pussy hound, Jose.
So I missed out on the whole chat.
It's okay, because he's here now to entertain us. Uh, I mean, it's your basic horror host format. Uh, William Shatner's at a bar. There's a bartender. It's some ghoul in like a big animatronic head in a bartender costume. And they're just doing little skits talking back and forth. I'm just assuming this is how it goes after just watching this one, that they'll have their little skits talk back and forth about something vaguely related to the movie, and it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not a William Shatner fan, not a Star Trek guy. Don't know what the fuck else he did besides Devil's Reign, and I only know that because of Michael Myers.
What didn't he do? He did, T.J. Hooker for years.
Fuck.
He did that law show. I don't remember what that was called. Law and Order. Let's just say it was that one. Yeah,
Well, who didn't?
for years and years. Um, yeah, just Airplane Two. He was in Airplane Two.
Um, yeah, so all the horror host things was surprisingly good.
I
Uh Surprisingly funny. Unfortunately, the short-term memory. Um I remember there being like some surprisingly funny things that may or may not have been I don't want to say I was taken aback, like, oh, I can't believe they said that. But it was just like, hey, all right, they said that.
so
I think it
yeah.
was,
I don't know if it was scripted or not, but he's talking a lot of shit about the production.
yeah.
Which is funny. I mean, it comes to he if it was ad libbed, he's fucking great at it because it came out so natural and shit. The storyline in this whole horror host section is, of course, he's talking to this potato head bartender, which that dude looks okay. That shit looks all right to me. But he makes a William Shatner voodoo doll that ends up running around the set, and that's
But you don't see it running around the
right,
set.
right. You just hear little noises and shit, because it's full moon, and they've got their budget and shit. I'm surprised they spent so much money on the potato head dude.
The one thing I remember about William Shatner is Patrice O'Neill saying his hair looks like black girl pussy hair. And after seeing that shit for a few times, I don't know, maybe a good 7 minutes. Yeah, not the right color, but it does. Rest in empowerment, King. So yeah, all that shit was great. But the movie itself, I never cared for full moon movies. I tried to get into them. Oh, but it was just never my thing. I like Seed People, Joe. You ever hear of that one?
No.
No, I liked that one. I thought it was a good one. I thought this one was okay too. How about you, Joe? Now, keeping in mind, said he
Well,
was a racist.
before you review it, Tom, why don't you tell the audience here, all the two people that are going to watch this clip, what this fucking movie is all about?
So, this movie is all about an up and coming hip hop group whose lead singer lives with his aunt,
Quan-
something, his gram.
yeah, it's Kwane is the lead singer.
Yeah, so Kwame lives with his gran,
Graham.
who happens to be I guess she's a voodoo priestess who witnessed her mom get killed by a African American magic ritual
She's the
gone wrong.
daughter of a seventh son.
Fuck. Mm-mm-mm. So one day they're putting on a concert, and would you know it, Puff Daddy's in the crowd, and he's just dancing his fucking ass off, getting into their music, thinking it's the best thing. And Puff Daddy's dressed all nice. He's shirtless, wearing a small vest and a cowboy hat, dancing like it's March 31st, Joe. So after the concert, they're in the green room, and old Puff Daddy and his bodyguard comes in and says, "Hey, you fuckers are coming with me." Well, first he says it very effeminate, and then they're yes, with snaps and fucking elbow pops and shit. And there's like, no, we're good. And then he flips the script, "Motherfucker, you coming? Get the fuck out!" And starts grabbing them by their ear and twisting it and shit. And he takes them to see Suge Knight.
Doug.
And he says, "Listen here, bitch and bitches, you're going to work for me now. We're going to make money together, but I'm going to make most of it. And if you say no, Pete Diddley over there is going to fuck you."
Doug Knight, always up to something.
And old Kwame's like, shit, I don't want to get fucked by a Puff Daddy. Nope, I better, I better make a deal with that Nintendo 64 character, Shadow Man. And he does. He says, "Oh, Shadow Man, please take revengeance on these people who want to do harm to my anals. I'll do anything. Just don't hurt my gran." And he says, "As you wish." And then disappears. Turns out, Joe, he made a old Ragdoll come to life, and then it turns in to every other full moon movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm surprised that they were able to use the Valiant Comics character of the Shadow Man. Uh, I meant to look up, hey, what is Shadow Man in, voodoo lore? But then I thought, what the fuck are you doing, Joe? You got other shit you need to be doing right now. Just fucking go to sleep. Go to sleep, Joe.
Did you?
I don't know. I probably started looking at something.
I thought the puppet work was pretty good, you know, for a low budget fucking straight to video thing. I think the puppet work was well done. However, they have done it 278 times before this, so they have it down.
Mm,
They know what they got to do. The fucking gay dude had me cracking up. I thought he was a good actor because
it
he
was real.
was doing one thing and then it just flipped around to "I'm gonna kill you."
And I got to tell you guys, living here in Texas, the cowboy hat, it can it can make women look really sexy, and it can make men look really gay. And if you're a gay man and you're wearing it, and that's what you're going for, it's working. If you're a straight man and you're wearing that shit for fashion and not just to keep the sun out of your eyes, then you're just looking gay to me.
I don't know. The Mexican dudes who wear the fucking flannels and the hats, you just, oh yeah, they're dressed like a Mexican dude.
Yeah, well, yeah, um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, this movie had potential. You know, it's like the story was there, simple fucking story, but it's a full moon movie, so it falls apart and it doesn't achieve that potential. It just goes into like, well, this is what we expect. Okay. Yeah.
It's a very basic full moon movie. Just okay, well, this one's about a rap group. And go.
Hmm.
There was blood in it. I was surprised. There was like a not overflowing, but there was a decent amount of blood in there, and you saw the kills for the most part.
Well, so like I got online afterwards, Tom, because I watched the credits, because I'm with the people, the working man. So always credits play, and it's like, hey, soundtrack available on BigCityRecords.com. I looked it up. That site's no longer valid. Uh, but yeah.
I would assume that's a full moon subsidiary. Yeah, I thought it was all right. It is just a full moon movie with black people. I don't know
Hmm.
what else to fucking say. Like you were saying, they repurposed this and two other of their fucking urban movies to make an anthology. I
Devil
was
Balls or some shit. Yeah.
I was thinking of watching it and I was like, why? Just to see what they did?
All right.
I don't care enough.
See what parts they clipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll waste my time and watch the full movie.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. Nothing great. A pleasant surprise. Directed by Todd Nicolulu,
Yeah.
who did Terror Vision and I think the subspecies. At least the first one, I think.
The guys that walk on their hands, right?
Yeah, and on their hams.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.